Ladies and gentlemen, this is the day that the Lord has made. We're rejoicing and we're glad in it. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. If you're coming on, here's what I need you to do for me. I need you to hit the like button, the share button. I need you, if you have the capability, I want you to text somebody, tag somebody, tell Lolly Dolly everybody. Ramon Preston, the squad, and the Ramon Preston Show is live in his house right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. And I'm so excited today, ladies and gentlemen, to talk to you about one of the value propositions that we claim and that we stand on as a company. And that value proposition is that we have the ability through our strategies, through our solutions as consultants, coaches, and trainers, we have the ability to help you increase your income by 30% within 30 days. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to be sharing with you some very practical strategies. You might want to get a pen, a notepad, or some other device to take notes. You might want to have somebody else that's on your team or that you want to work with chime in and tell them to jump on the show as well. If you have any questions, I want you to be free to put those questions in the comments. My team, while they're learning, they also know how to keep lurking in the comments to make sure that if you have any questions, we can answer those questions today on the show. Please drop the name of the city that you're watching us from. Whatever city you're watching us from, whatever city you're listening to me from. I know some of you are not watching with your eyes, you're watching with your imagination, but you're listening with your ears. Whether you're driving, you're working out, or whatever it is that you're doing, I want to say thank you. First of all, thank you for being a part of our family. Thank you for participating in what we do every Monday through Friday on this show. All of you that are subscribers to our YouTube page, thank you so much. We have over 5,600 subscribers. Our goal is to get to at least 100,000. I mean, I want to get to 10 million, but I'll accept 100,000 for now. So if you're not subscribed to our YouTube page, please, sir, please, ma'am, do your boy a favor. Subscribe to our YouTube page. Make sure that you're getting the notifications. We're always dropping content, videos, shorts, images, messages on our platforms all the time. So please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. Be one of the 56 plus 100 people on there right now. Our LinkedIn page. I haven't been on LinkedIn in some time. And just this morning, when I went back and revisited, I was like, oh yeah, we playing. We got over, I think, almost 6,800. It's over 6,000 followers on LinkedIn. And a lot of people be sleeping on LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is a very, very, very engaging platform. So please follow us on LinkedIn. Follow us on Facebook. We have a public page on Facebook. It's a business page, Ramon Preston Enterprises, and my personal page, Ramon Preston. So please follow me on Facebook, and we also have a LinkedIn page. Follow us on not LinkedIn. What is it? Instagram. I already said LinkedIn. Instagram. We have an IG page. All of those platforms, all of these platforms that we have, we use for the purpose of helping people do what we help people do. So in ministry, we help people get to their spiritual next level. That's what we do in ministry. In business, we help people start, structure, and scale their businesses or their income. So I want to make sure that we at least cover our bases. Be sure to like, be sure to follow, be sure to subscribe. Your likes, your follows, your shares, your subscriptions, they mean the world to me. And before we move forward, I want to ask a favor. I want to ask a favor. Even if you're not a customer, even if you're not a client, would you please do me and my company a favor? Would you please give us a Google review? give us a Google review. You can Google Ramon Preston Enterprises. This is our parent organization. Google Ramon Preston Enterprises. You're going to see our company, our global headquarters come up right here in Buckhead. Please leave a review. If we have brought any value to you on our show, if we brought any value to you in any live or virtual event, if we brought any value to you on a free consultation, a free coaching call, or anything, please, sir, please, ma'am, do me a favor and leave your Google reviews. We really need them. They mean a lot to our community because I'm a consumer. When I'm looking for a product or service, or when I'm looking for someone to help service or provide something that I need, I'm Googling them. And if they don't have good Google reviews, if they're not on Google, it says a lot about their business, if in fact it is a business. So please be sure to do that. Drop in the comments what city you're watching us from. So welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. I'm your host, Ramon Preston. Every Monday through Friday, we share information with you on this show that is strategically and specifically designed to help you properly start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and even your wealth building dreams. And you can rest assured that everything we share with you on this show, Monday through Friday, is a direct extension of our divisions, our consulting division, our coaching division, and our training division. All of this information is what we live and what we teach and preach and provide as services, programs, and solutions for our clients and for our community. So you ain't just getting some afterthought information. It's not like you're getting something that we've copied and pasted off of Wikipedia or Google. No, you're getting what we know works for us and for our clients and our customers and our community. So I want you to rest assured that this is not some fluff that some internet guru is giving to you. We have a real business. We have a real organizational enterprise. We have a real building. We have a real headquarters. We have real staff. We have real clients. All of the stuff that we have is real. It's not fake. We're not just putting on for social media. So today, I want to talk to you on how to increase your income by 30%. How to increase, I want to put emphasis on increase your, emphasis added, income. How to increase your income by 30% in 30 days. Now, as I mentioned earlier, one of the value propositions that we claim, one of the value propositions that we market, one of the value propositions that we advertise and that we stand on is that when you work with us, when you give us an opportunity to work with you, whether you're a client in our consulting group, our coaching program, or our training program, we're not necessarily guaranteeing it, but our value proposition is that if you allow us to take our strategies and our solutions and give them to you, and you're willing to implement them within the first 30 days, this is one of the value propositions we have. We can help you increase your income by 30% within the first 30 days. It's almost a guarantee. It should be a guarantee, but I'm a professional. I have a moral, a spiritual, and a fiduciary responsibility. So I'm going to say it is a value proposition. So here's my question to you before we get started. What could you do with an extra 30% in income if you saw it within the next 30 days? If you just saw an increase of 30% of your current income within the next 30 days, what could you do? What more could you do? How better off could your life actually be? So before I give you, I'm gonna give you 4 strategies. I'm gonna give you 4 strategies today. But before I do, there are a few things I want us to do. Number 1, I want us to do the math. Let's do the math. Let's do the math. Okay, how are we going to do the math? Well, let's just look at the math behind you increasing your income by 30%. So let's just say, hypothetically, you are making $1,000 a month. Okay, let's just say you're making $1,000 a month. Let me kind of erase it. You should have already written it down. So let's just do the math and say you are making $1,000 a month. All right. So if you make $1,000 a month plus 30%, that would be approximately what? That would be a $300 increase. That's 30%, which brings you to $1,300. That's just a 30% increase in your current income. Okay, let's say you make $2,000 a month plus 30%. What would that be? $2,000 a month plus 30%. 30% would actually be $600. That would bring your monthly income to $2,600. Let's say you make $5,000 a month. So whatever the number is that you are bringing in a month, all right, even if you are not a W-2 employee that's making a stable paycheck every week or every 2 weeks, just look back at the last 30 days or the last 60 days and just see how much money did I bring in. You might be a freelancer, a solopreneur, maybe you're self-employed, or you're a network marketer, or maybe you're a legitimate business owner. You might be a minister who just travels and preaches and teaches and does motivational speaking or whatever. Look back at the last 30-day window and see how much money did you bring in. And then I want you to do the math on what would 30% increase look like. If it was $5,000 a month that you're making plus 30%, that 30% would actually be $1,500, which means it would take your monthly income to $6,500. So this is our value proposition. And the truth is, and my whole team will agree with me on this, the truth is 30% increase in your income in 30 days is really a low number, especially when you get 3 or 4 strategies working together at the same time. You'll blow it out of the water, especially within the first 1, 2, or 3 months. Like if you just took the 4 strategies that I'm gonna share with you today, and let's say you just blew all of them out of the water, I guarantee you may double this number in the first 30 days. You may see somewhere between 50 and 60% increase in the first 60, and you may land probably around 30% overall within the first 90 days. And most likely, if you continue to create repeatable and duplicatable practices, you will be able to hold that 30% increase over the course of a long period of time. And again, if you're making $1,000 a month and you see 30% increase in 30 days, that's $300 extra a month that you have access to. So number one, we got to do the math. I want you to do the math. And when you do the math, I want you to identify, because you may need more than 30% increase just to do the things that you either want to do, let's say before this year is out, or the things that you need to do. And this is like the bedrock principle of finance or economics. So number one, we got to do the math. Number two, what you need to do is you need to develop a plan. Now, these ain't the strategies that I'm giving you. I got 4 strategies. I'm just showing you that even before I give you the strategies, you need to do the math on how much money you're making. What would be 30% increase if you went up 30%, just to see what that number looks like. But then what I want you to do is do the math on how much money do you actually want to make every month? How much money do you actually need to make every month? So let's say, for example, if you're making $2,000, but you need to make $5,000. Well, that's not a 30% increase. that would be 150% increase you would need, because you would need an extra 2,000 plus another 1,000, but at least you're able to do the math. You got to start getting used to doing the math. Anybody that's around me long enough, they're going to hear me say something about doing the math. And most likely they're going to have to pull out a calculator at some point in my conversation with them, because everything is going to revolve around math. Numbers don't lie. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to do the math on what 30% would be based on the income you're making now every 30 days. Okay. The next set of numbers that I want you to do is the numbers on the dollar amount you want to make every 30 days and the dollar amount on what you need to make every 30 days. Those are two different numbers, because you may want to make $10,000 a month, but how much do you need to make? Oh, I need to make 2,000. Well, we got to make sure we're doing the need first, because the other 8, we can figure it out with strategies, but at least you're making sure you're doing what you need, even if you don't do what you want. And so when you do that, now you have to develop a plan. Your plan is going to be based on your wants and your needs financially. So I have to have this dollar amount every month. This is how I built my life, especially financially. Every 30 days, I know how much money I need to make. There's just no exception to that. I gotta have that dollar amount every 30 days. I got to take care of my family. I got to take care of my business. I got to take care of my community. It's a lot of things that I got to do. So I need that. I need that. And even though there's a dollar amount that I want, even when I don't always hit that dollar amount, at least I know the number to be able to do what? To be able to develop a plan. All right. So I want you to get that down. If you are like having trouble processing all this because I'm moving a little faster than I typically would, I want you to understand something. All this information that I'm providing for you, it's available on our online training platform. We have a platform called Ramon Preston University. And one of the programs we have on that platform is called a Blueprint Game Plan. This Blueprint Game Plan is a 5-step wealth building system where I teach you through hundreds of video lessons, through a whole lot of different content and strategies and principles. I teach you how to literally put yourself in the best business and financial position. I basically show you how to start, structure, and scale any business, any ministry, any income stream, any wealth building dream. And so what I'm teaching you here is a part of the training that we provide on that program. I also provide hands-on training on these things through our coaching program and through our consulting group. So just know that if you're not able to process everything on the show, that this is information that we teach on a daily basis. We teach this every day. Not a day goes by. And a lot of times, even on Saturday and Sunday, we teaching it. My wife is a pastor, but she's my business partner. She works for our company. She's the COO of our company, and she still teaches it on Saturday and Sunday. We all do. So number one, you got to do the math. That's not the first strategy that I want to give you. I'm just saying you have to do the math on those numbers. But then you also have to develop a plan. You got to figure out how much money do I need a month and how much money do I want a month. Once you're able to establish that foundation, now we can get back to, okay, increase income by 30% in 30 days. Ramon, you got to show me this thing here, because I don't know how you going to pull this off, but let me tell you something. I pulled it off so many times for so many people. And I know it so well. I'm going to tell you this. I know it so well that I play a game with myself some months. And I just kind of hit the reset button in my mind some months and say, you know what? Let me see what I can do to increase my personal income by 30% just within the next 30 days. And guess what I do? Once I hit that reset button, I go through the same strategies that I teach. I go through the same strategies. So I want to give you these 4 strategies on how to increase your income by 30% in 30 days. And I'll get into some of the details of each one. So number one, you already know I'm gonna use that. Sale. Number two, I'll explain each of these in a minute. Shift. That's number two. Number three, this is gonna be weird for somebody to process. Save. And then number four, hopefully that's not too low. Can y'all still see that? Scale. That's how you're gonna increase your income by 30%. And guess what? It doesn't matter if you are a W-2 employee. It doesn't matter if you are a 1099. It doesn't matter if you bootlegging under the table. It doesn't matter if you are a business owner, okay? It doesn't matter if you are a trust. I don't care what you use. You could be a sovereign wealth fund. This still applies to anyone. I could put up here, you could be zeroed out because you don't have income, right? Guess what? No matter where you are, you could be zero income, W-2, 1099. This is really bootleg. You just bootlegging under the table. EIN, you got a business or maybe a nonprofit or you're a trust. All right, how are you going to increase your income by 30%? Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to sell. Selling should be senior to all these other strategies. So we were consulting a client yesterday, and one of the questions that was asked was centered around, okay, how do I establish credit? Which is a typical question I get regularly about, okay, how do I build my credit so that I can get credit cards, I can get lines of credit, or so that I can get a loan? And guess what my answer was? Increase your income. Start making money in your business. That's going to be the easiest way for you to get credit, for you to get credibility, for you to get credit cards, for you to get a line of credit, for a bank to even justify giving you anything. It should be based on your business increasing its income because you as the business owner is doing what? You're selling. You're selling. So what am I going to sell? Well, I have a few strategies that I look at when it comes to selling. Okay. Number one, you can sell items. And when I say items, this is like my item sell-off strategy. Anything, even if it's bolted down, if you can unbolt it and go sell it, go sell it. But again, you got to make sure if you're selling your jewelry, if you're selling consignments for clothes, if you're selling an extra car you got, if you're selling 3 TVs out of the 8 you got, if you're selling stuff, you have to sell it knowing that you've already developed a plan and knowing the dollar amount that you want or need in order to put it to that plan. Because if you just say, man, I just need some money, and then you go out there and sell something, then you get that money, guess what's going to happen? Surprisingly, guess what's going to happen? Something else is going to come up that's going to demand that money. Have you ever had some extra money and you put it in your shoebox or you put it in the bank and you was like, man, I'm going to just hold on to this money, man. I ain't finna do nothing with it. But you didn't have a plan for that money. Guess what happens? Oh, now all of a sudden the alternator is starting to have a problem. Now all of a sudden, and you might be thinking, man, shoot, the devil busy, or man, God just tested me. No, you're just living vicariously through your ideas of what you think life should be, as opposed to being very strategic in that every dollar that comes into my life, every dollar that leaves my life, I have to justify, validate, substantiate. In other words, I need to attach it or associate it to a plan. So I ain't just holding money just to hold money. I ain't just giving away money just to give away money. I ain't just loose with money or hoarding money just to be loose and hoard. I have a plan. So when you have a plan, the first thing you need to do, and I like to tell people, especially those who are on fixed incomes or W-2 employees, because you're still not in the business world enough to know that sales has to be senior to all these other things that you're thinking about doing. Okay, so that means you need to sell items. Now, here's what I want you to consider when it comes to selling items. Here's what I want you to consider. Make sure that you consider the items that have monetary value, not monetary value, not holding value. This is where a lot of people get it messed up at, because you have items that you can sell. Why won't you sell them? Because they have holding value. Even though they have monetary value, but they have holding value, which means you would rather hold onto the item rather than sell the item, because in your mind, the item is more valuable to you to keep it than it is for you to sell it. But it's because you don't have a financial plan. Because a lot of you that's listening to me and watching me, if you had a financial plan, it's a whole lot of stuff you putting your money into, or you've tied your money into, that you will free your money from, so that you can start getting to where you want to be. And where do you want to be? You want to get to increase. I want to increase. I want to go up. I want to grow. I want to expand. I want to build. I want to do greater things. So I can't be stuck holding on to items that I really need to let go. And some of you just mentally, you need to let certain things go. You holding on to stuff that should be sold. Well, if I sell it, Ramon, who am I going to sell it to? Nobody don't want to buy it. No, in your mind, nobody don't want to buy it. Because if you were foolish enough to buy it, there has to be another fool that will buy it from you. Think about it. As goofy as you was to buy certain items that you now have to sell, there's somebody else just as goofy as you who want to buy it from you. Because they know they're not going to pay the same amount you paid. And that's the price you pay, or the price you don't get, because you bought an item you really didn't need. You just wanted it, and you justified it because you didn't have a plan, right? Let's just keep it 100. So you want to figure out ways to sell items that have monetary value, not holding value. Get rid of the holding value, okay? Let me give you some examples. So where do you sell some of your items at? Here's what you can do. You can go to a pawn shop. You can go to a pawn shop. I've been to pawn shops plenty of times. I'll go to a pawn shop in a New York minute. I don't have to go there no more. But let me tell you something. When I needed to, I used to have relationships with pawn shops. Like, I used to have relationships, and I used to pawn certain things because I needed the money. But I got to a point where I was like, man, let me just give me mine now. Let me go and get it. Let me get one and done. Because I ain't coming back to pay y'all. And I don't want to hold it for 60, 90 days with no interest. Just give me an extra $30 and you keep it, or whatever the situation is. Sometimes you got to pull that trigger just to get your mind back in the game of what? Selling. You need to sell. You need to learn to sell. A lot of you entrepreneurs who have businesses and you can't make a sale, I keep challenging y'all to do that. If you own a business and you cannot make a sale in your business, guess what you need to do? Sell something. So I can't sell nothing in my business. Well, go find an item in your house and sell it. And you should challenge yourself to say, you know what? Every day I wake up and I don't sell something for my business, I'm going to sell something out of my house. I bet you'll figure out a way to sell something in your business. Like, think if you had to live with that challenge every day. What if you woke up every day and was like, man, I got to sell something. I got to sell a contract. I got to sell an idea. I got to sell a product. I got to sell a service. I got to get appointments. I got to make money. And every day you woke up, if you had this challenge, this burden, this demand on you that basically required you to either sell something in your business, get somebody to sign a contract in your business, or sell something out of your house. At some point, you're going to walk in your house and be like, you know what? Dog, I ain't got no couch. I ain't got no chairs. I sold my curtains. I sold, what is it? I sold my air fryer. Think about that. Like, you got to start triggering your mind. How many of you today can literally walk in your house and look at stuff and be like, man, if I had to sell this, I could actually sell it? Think about that. If I had to sell this thing, I could actually sell it. One of the reasons why you won't do it because you don't have a financial plan. Because you really don't know what to do with the money. This is what happens to everybody, especially a lot of W-2 people who get income tax returns every year. They get 6 or 7 bands, $6,000 or $7,000. Sometimes if they bootlegging using somebody who's crooked that's going to end up getting them in trouble, they get 10 grand. But because they don't have a financial plan in a month, guess where they at? They broke. They broke. I tell my wife this every year. She used to laugh at me years ago when I used to tell her. I used to be like, well, honey, it's the hood lottery time. And she used to be like, huh? What are you talking about? I'm like, it's the hood lottery. And then she finally figured it out and realized, okay, there's a group of Americans who get income tax returns every year this time. Ramon calls it the hood lottery because most people who hit the lottery end up broke within the first 1 to 3 years. But with the income tax return, most people end up broke within the first 1 to 3 months. And most of the time, depending on how many people you owe, because you start borrowing money in December because you know you got money coming in, most of the time that money don't last 3 days or 1 week. So selling has to become essential, and you got to trigger that in your mind. Because if your business is not selling, it's because you have an issue with selling. Think about it. If you stood in front of Walmart and somebody walked up to you, because I've had it happen to me 1,000 times. Somebody walked up to you and be like, hey man, what up, dog? Hey, what up, boo? Hey, buy this mixtape from me, only $5. Go and check it out. A lot of times you don't have a problem buying it, but you would never see yourself selling it. You'll be like, man, I ain't never standing on no corner selling nothing. And it ain't really the corner that you got a problem with. It's really you selling. It's you selling because you're not a producer. Most people are consumers. So we have an easier process to consume than we process producing and selling. So this is why I always say, sell items, get all the items you got. But if you have a certain goal, if you put a plan together and you knew, man, I need like $2,000 that I need to save. What if you were on our blueprint game plan and you looked at step 1? Step 1 of our blueprint game plan, the 5 steps that we use, is to save $1,000. So what if you said, man, I just need to hit that step 1. I need to save $1,000, but you got $4,000 worth of items in your house. Go and sell some of them to get your $1,000 to put it up. Now you've accomplished a goal. Now you hit a goal. And now you're in the game because it's like, oh, I can actually do it. So you could sell items. Here's another thing you can sell. You can sell time. You might well sell it. You waste it. I don't know why people don't sell time when you waste most of it. So why not sell it? Think about it. So you can actually sell time. How do I sell time? Well, if you work on a job, you sell in 40 hours a week for a certain dollar amount. So you either sell more of your time to that company if they give you overtime, or if you don't get overtime, maybe sell your time to another service that you can provide by yourself. This is like personal. You can sell. Some of you are good with cooking. Some of you good cleaning. Some of you can babysit. Some of you are good. It could be Uber or DoorDash or some of those other types of services that are available for you. But you just got to allocate a certain amount of time and say, wow. But you want to put it to a plan. This is the part that a lot of people don't do. So let's say if you say you're going to start Ubering, right? Well, how much money do you need to make? Well, I'm going to just go out there and see what I can make. You just chasing after the wind. You got to know how much money you need. And then you got to put it against how much time you got to put in. Because if I say, okay, I need an extra $300 a week. Now I need to see how much time does it take for me to make $300 extra a week doing Uber? Is it 15 hours? Is it 20? I need to be able to document it and gather the data to see, not just waking up every day, well, I'm gonna just DoorDash today. Well, I'm gonna just call so-and-so and see if they got some work. It's not gonna work because it's not sustainable, because it's not being documented. You need to know, number one, what is the dollar amount? Because I don't care how much I gotta go through. If I need an extra $300 a week, now I need to see, okay, how many hours a day can I put in? So let's say if you need $300 a week, right? And man, this is so much information I'm trying to give y'all. So I'm just trying to do it the best way I can. So let me write this again. One is sale. So let me just kind of see if I can use that top. So let's say if you need $300 a week, right? Extra. And if you looked at something like DoorDash or selling your time, and you realize, wow, I can average $10 an hour, right? I can average $10 an hour on my own time outside of my job. So how many hours is that? That's 30 times 10. So that means you would have to work 30 more hours in order to get $300. So at least if you did the math, you could see realistically, should I do that averages $10 an hour? What if doing that averages $20 an hour? Well, that 30 hours would turn into 15. What if you could do something to average $30 an hour? Then that means I would just have to do 10 hours to get 300. But if you don't do the math and understand the metrics behind what you're doing when you're selling items or when you're selling time, you're never gonna do it. You're gonna start it, but then in 2 weeks we're gonna see you, hey, you still doing that thing? Well, no, I ain't got time for that. Ain't no money in it. No, there's no plan behind it. It ain't that it ain't no money in it. There's no plan behind it. Let's keep it 100. Because we always using these lame excuses like ain't no money behind it. No. It's money behind everything. There's always a way to make money. You could stand. I know people who stand out at these stop signs and at these intersections and make money. And a lot of times they do have a plan, because that junkie is out there like, man, I need $40 to get me a bag. I need $20 to get me something to drink, get me a pack of Newports or Camels or whatever they smoking, get me something to eat, or I need $80 to go to a motel tonight. At least they got a financial plan. You got to have a plan so that your plan can be, your plan can be fulfilled through your selling. Any questions on that? If you have any questions, drop the questions in the comments. I just gave y'all a little game on that one. So the first thing is sale. All right. I need a bigger board, don't I? Oh, I say this every day. Every day I come here, I say I need a bigger board. Every doggone day, I say the same thing. All right, number two is shift. Shift. What do you mean shift? How is shifting is a strategy? Well, one of the most powerful shifting strategies you can use to increase your income by 30% is your W-2. This is your W-2 income. Now, when you use this strategy, because I talk to a lot of people that we coach who ask about this strategy, or we tell this strategy to, if you are a W-2 employee, statistics show that over 80% of W-2 employees pay too much in federal income taxes. Okay, so 8 out of 10 people pay too much in federal income taxes every year. Now, here's the thing. Your mindset has to shift before your income shifts, especially if you are a W-2 employee. Because if you are a typical W-2 employee, and I know you don't want to hear this, and people that love you might not want to say it to you, but if you're a typical W-2 employee, you either have a poor mentality or a middle-class mentality, and it's not because of your job. It's not because you have a job. So I know a lot of people feel like a job is just over broke. That's not true, because I have a job. And the people who always saying that are probably like, I'm gonna just let that go, because they just get on my nerves with that crap when they say that. Oh, you got a job, you just over broke. Yeah, but you're broke trying to tell me I'm broke because I got a job. And it's always these people who are in these programs or doing certain things, or they're affiliate marketing or network marketing. I don't have anything against network marketing and affiliate marketing, but don't do it and try to use all these cliches against me. Oh, you just over broke because you got a job. No, dog, I'm being responsible, taking care of my family. Something that you need to learn to do because you ain't making enough to do it. Anyway, that was just a little shade I wanted to throw. But most people who are W-2 employees, the reason why they think like poor people or middle class people is not because they want to be poor or middle class. And it ain't because of the job. It's because of the information that is so accessible and common for people who work jobs. So for example, if you work a job and you're not making enough income on your job, guess what you're going to typically say? Man, I need another job. Or I need more money. But you don't have any more information on how to get more money. When the truth is, you may be leaving money on the table just based off your W-2 income. But you don't see it because all you're thinking about is that big windfall in February of those $5,000 to $7,000. The problem is, if you're getting $5,000 every year in an income tax check, how much money is that every month that you're actually giving up? Let's do the math. Let me just show you. Let's say if you get $5,000 a year in federal income taxes when you get your return, 5,000 divided by 12, look how much this is. This is $416 a month. So that means that's $208 every pay period that you're giving up. Because you want that bag in February. And the reason why you do that, because here's what the science and the psychology is behind a lot of people who do it. It's kind of like a forced savings account. Because you know every year this time you're going to get a big windfall. The problem is you're so behind by the time you get that income tax return. What they're doing, they're returning the money that they played with all year. When if you had $208 or $416, which is average, every pay period or every month coming back into your hand, you're actually, through this one strategy, increasing your income by 30%. Because the average W-2 employee, statistics show this, surveys show this, across the board, Google it. 80% of people who are on W-2 income, who get a paycheck, pay too much in taxes. The average amount of money they pay too much in federal taxes a month is somewhere between $250 and $500. Well, let's just say this is average. $250 is average every month. If you're on the top of that, $500 a month. That means every 2 weeks you have anywhere from $125 to $250 taking out that you could shift that W-4 form that you filled out for your dependents and your exemptions. You can shift it, go up on that number so that you could go down on your taxes and see more of that in your pay, your take home. So this is a very, very powerful strategy. But again, when you use this strategy, A, you need to have a financial plan for the money that you start bringing back in your check. And B, in addition to the financial plan, you need to connect this shifting strategy to either a 1099 contract opportunity, whether it's network marketing, affiliate marketing, or something you're doing as an independent contractor, or you need to attach it to a business. This is where owning a business plays a big important role, because studies show that people who don't own a business, meaning that people who just make money and they don't have no other entrepreneurial strategy. They don't have a 1099 opportunity. They're not in network marketing. They're not in affiliate marketing. They don't start a business to like leverage their tax deductions. The average person who doesn't do that, this is how much money they lose every day. They lose about $25 a day. So let's look at that number. 25 a day, let's say by 30 days, 25 times 30. So just because you don't have any financial strategy, you're losing about $750 a month. You're losing. So add $750 a month that you're losing for not having a strategy. Add that to the average of $250, let's say, you're giving up every pay period, or at least every month. All of a sudden, you putting yourself about $1,000 in the hole a month. You losing $1,000 worth of opportunities a month because you don't have a plan. And we wonder why we never get ahead. We wonder why we never move forward. It's because we leaving too much money on the table just with strategies like this shift strategy. So that's the second one. Here's the third way you can increase your income by 30%. And this is the one I love the most, because the reason why I love it the most, because it's like one that nobody thinks about. You can save. You can save. You can save. Save? How is saving going to increase my income? See there? This just lets me know you might not know a lot about money. How does saving? Here is what I want you to understand. Saving is, I might well just stand up the whole time, because every time I sit down, I get back up. I'm like, dog, I got ants in my pants. How many of y'all enjoying this so far? Give me some takeaways that you've gotten just in the first two. Or what have you learned or heard that you really didn't think about or see it from that perspective? Give me some feedback. Okay, number 3 is save. Saving is a form of self-monetizing. Most people don't know that. Like, most people don't know that, but all the wealthy people know that. All the rich people know that. Because rich people, they don't save just to save, or wealthy people, they don't save just to save. They understand that saving is actually a form of self-monetizing. Does that make sense? So when I say saving, I'm not saying save money to save money. What I'm saying is save money as a form of self-monetizing. Here's the second part to this. It is a form of self-monetizing when you have a plan to shift it into vehicles that accelerate your financial outcome. So the reason why saving is a strategy to increase your income, because if I save, I am actually self-monetizing, or here's another way to put it. I can self-fund an opportunity once I find a vehicle that I can drop my money in that moves me or accelerates me to my financial outcome. So now I use saving, I use the concept or the strategy of saving as a form of self-monetizing. This is powerful, y'all. Whew, I'm so glad I learned these principles, man. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't understand these principles. And this is why I'm so passionate. Like, y'all hear me talking about it, and I know sometimes people be listening to me like, man, he just be selling and selling and selling. But it's hard not to sell a drug that you get high off. Did you catch that? Let me say it again. It's hard. What do you say? It's hard not to sell something that's actually giving you what you need. Right? So when it's working for me, it's like, man, I got it. You know, like if I see you drinking something, or if I see you eating something, and I know it's something else on the menu that's even better than that, right? And I'm looking at you drinking and eating, and I'm like, hey, listen, I don't mean to be rude or nothing, but you know, this over here now, it's, if you hit that, that's gonna really be the thing. And I'd be like, you know what? Let me just give you a little bit. Let me just give you a tester. Let me go buy you one. And then I go buy you one and you taste it. And then when you hit it, you like, wow. Oh my God. What is the name of this thing? This is what I feel when I talk about stuff like this. Because it changed my life. And it has really just changed my whole legacy. And it's going to change generations. Like, it put me in a position that my wife, my family, my staff, my tribe, my church, they're not going to have to wonder how they're going to live and succeed and move forward because of the stuff that I have learned and the stuff that I implement. So saving is a form of self-monetizing. So I'm saving as a form of self-monetizing because it's like I'm holding on to it until I find that vehicle. And then when that vehicle shows up, guess what I'm going to do? Bada bing, bada boom. I'm going to drop it in there. Well, Ramon, let's say if I saved money, how can I use that money as a form of self-monetizing to put in a vehicle? Well, now you need to identify with vehicles that are going to accelerate your financial opportunities. Do you have any examples? I'm going to give you some examples of vehicles you can put your savings in. How about this? Yourself. You're a vehicle. When was the last time, like one of the questions we always ask people we talk to when we talk to them in our company is, what's the question? I forgot the wording of the question about getting training. Are they getting training?
What are you doing now for financial?
What are you doing now for business and financial training? That's one of the questions we, as a company, as a squad, we ask our clients, we ask people that we talk to. If we're just in conversation, one of the questions is, what are you currently doing right now for business and financial training? In other words, what we're asking them is, how much money are you investing into the vehicle of yourself? Because if you tell me, oh, I got $50,000 in savings, but I'm not being trained on money, that $50,000 gonna disappear at some point. I promise you. If you say, man, I got ETFs, I got stocks and bonds, I got this and that, and you ain't getting training on business and finances, I already know that may be all you ever have. Or you may not have any new money opportunities that come. So one of the vehicles is yourself. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, you should add to that your business. You should add to that. But I love what one of my mentors say. He says, don't leave yourself until you understand yourself. Like, you shouldn't leave investing in you. It's kind of like if you get in a car and you're driving down the road in your car and it starts raining. And then a bicycle shows up on side of the road, and there's a light and a screen that says, get out of your car and get on the bicycle. But it's storming outside. What are you going to do? Are you going to get out of the car and get on the bicycle? No, you're going to stay in the car because it's storming. Duh. That's kind of like investing in yourself. I'm not going to jump out of the car when it's storming, when I'm learning the game, to go jump on a bicycle. That's what a lot of people do. So every time they get a little bit of money, they investing in this, they investing in that. Oh, I'm in the process of doing this, I'm trying to do that. I already know you ain't finna make no money. You just talking. You just want to sound important, and none of it works because you got to invest in yourself. Then you invest in your business. And these two should keep you occupied enough until the increase of income, the increase of income will justify you leaving those vehicles, and not necessarily leaving them, but expanding from them and starting to invest in other vehicles outside of yourself and your business. So saving is the fourth strategy on how to increase your income. And again, you may be like, Ramon, how can I save when I don't have enough money? Well, you got to go back to number one, sell something. You got to look at your income if you're a W-2 employee and shift it. Even if you are a 1099 or business owner, you can still shift your income. You can still shift your income. Like there are things that you can do to shift your income, meaning that you may have to shift your business exchanges into other symbiotic flows that may be in alignment with your business. Okay, so that means you're doing one thing in your business and you're making money this one way. How do I shift my income? Well, I'm not going to stop doing this. This Lord help me today because I feel real shady. It's stupid. Why are you going to leave a job to start a business or to go full-time in business and your business is not even making enough money to compensate the money you made on your job? It's dumb. And you're losing, and you know you're losing, but your ego and your pride will not tell you to admit it. So I got money over here I'm making. I don't want to be on this job because this is a job. Oh, I forgot. The network marketer told you it's just over broke. Okay, whatever they say. You're on a job. You leave the job to come over here to a business. And for some of you church folks, a ministry, this is the dumbest thing. You come over here and you have no revenue. You have no revenue, no business revenue, no ministry revenue, and you just left a job with revenue. No, what you need to do is stop being lazy, put a plan together, put your life in order, get disciplined, build the muscle of taking the 40-hour work week and adding to that 20 hours over here until the 20 hours make more money than the 40. So you got a 60-hour work. Well, I ain't got time. Well, keep your behind on your job then. Don't be over here trying to do business and ministry and then blame God because you're over here broke. It's ridiculous, y'all. We got to do better than that. So anyway, we got save, and then here's the last one before I get ghetto. And I ain't really talking about nobody in particular. I'm just saying in general. I have talked to enough people. Remember, I've been a preacher full time for 21 years. I started preaching 21 years ago, really before that, but I got ordained 21 years ago. August of 2000, I was ordained as a preacher. I was already hustling on the side. I was already doing stuff on the side. I legitimized my business when my wife and I got married. And I legitimized my ministry when my wife and I got married. So for the last 18 years, I've been serious about business and ministry in terms of running a real operation and doing it the right way. Okay? So I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I'm not some young whippersnapper. I know what I'm talking about. And I have seen too many of us, black folks in the black community who are saved. We're people of faith. We use all this other crap from bad information as excuses when we do not have proper business and financial plans. Because that's what I started this show out with. Business and financial plans. Putting legitimate business and financial plans together. And because you have business and financial plans and you've done the math on them, when you look at what you're doing, you don't make moves until it makes sense financially. You can't keep blaming God and using God as an excuse to be ridiculously irresponsible. We just can't do that, y'all. Because every time we do that, then we around here acting like God taking us through this test. We around here acting like the devil is busy. No, the devil ain't even studying you. We don't even know where the devil at right now. He on the other side of the world dealing with somebody who's dumber than you, number one. And God like, you know what? I'm just through with it. God like, every time I send Prophet Ramon or somebody who got sense to show you what to do, you always got your own doggone way of doing it and you always end up at the bottom. I'm giving you the game for free, by the way. Sale number one, shift number two, save. And here's number four, scale. This is the fourth way you can increase your income by 30% in 30 days. What do you mean scale? Well, here are some things you can scale. You can scale your products or your services. How do you scale? How do you scale? Scale means to multiply. That's another word for scale. Multiply. Multiply. What is another word we could use for scale? Like add more. So how do you scale your products and services? Well, let's say, for example, if you have, let's say if you got a $20 product, right? Well, you may need to scale to build a $200 product. And you may need to scale to build a $2,000 product. And you may need to scale to build a $20,000 product. And this is different than this, is different than that, and is different than that. So your $20 product may needs to be built out so that it can connect to the $200 product. That's how you scale. How do you scale your, and guess what? Some of these products you might not even have. Some of these products may need to be connected to other businesses. So if business owner number one has a certain line of products and services, business owner number two has a certain line of products and services, and I come as business number three and I'm trying to figure out, man, how can I create a $20,000 product? But all I got is like enough that might be 2,000. Well, I need to figure out how can I collaborate, because this is the other form of scaling. It's partnerships. It's partnerships. How can I collaborate with these two business owners, and I give these two business owners $8,000 a piece for all their products, and then I end up with $4K. Well, at least $4,000 is more than $20. So now my plan to sell a certain amount of items for $20, it changes, because now I can sell a $20,000 product and make $4 if I'm working with two different business owners. These are scale strategies that you got to figure out. Now, a lot of this information, I teach this in our Blueprint Game Plan. I teach it to our coaching clients. I teach it in our consulting program. Our most popular program is our coaching program. If you haven't heard me talk about it, it's a one-year business coaching program. We start you out in this program with a one-on-one initial coaching session where we take about 2 hours to build a strategic game plan for you, for your business, and for your finances. Then, once we put that game plan together, we figure out what products and services do you have that we can price correctly. What ideas do you have that we can turn into products and services and take to the market? How do we structure your business organization so that it can become more efficient with systems and processes? So I take you through all of that in our initial coaching session. Then when we're finished, we give you access to our weekly coaching calls. Every Monday at 5, you have access. We give you access to our Blueprint Game Plan. It's our business and financial training program. It's virtual. It's on demand. You can literally take courses and learn and train from your phone. We also give you access to quarterly masterminds and quarterly workshops that are designed to train you on all the most important aspects of business, finances, sales, marketing, so that you can have a complete business organization. So what I'm saying to you about scaling is a part of you partnering up, not just with a business, but also with coaches and consultants and professionals and groups of people who can scale you or move you quicker to where you want to go. What are some other scaling strategies? Well, you can scale your processes. You can scale your systems. Like, for example, I'll give you one simple one. You may be selling a product that requires you to have an in-person meetup. Let's say if I was selling this product right here, which I am selling it, but my point is, you don't have to come to me to buy this product. You don't have to come to my store to buy this product. You can actually go to RamonPrestonBrands.com. You can literally go to a website, look for this tumbler, pick what color you want, and guess what? Push add to cart, pay for it, And in a couple of days, guess what's going to come to your door? Bada bing, bada boom. So what did I do with my product? I scaled it through processes and systems. So now I made selling this efficient rather than having 300 of these in my trunk, in my garage, in my storage bin, in another office, hoping somebody stopped by. Hey, you got any more of those cups, Ramon? Come on, we got to scale. That's what scaling is about. So if you want to learn more about this, if you want training on this, if you need to build a infrastructure, this is what we specialize in. And we have an offer through our 1-year business coaching program. And this is our signature program because we have more people responding to it than any other program we have, simply because of what we provide in it. So you can get access to our blueprint game plan. This is our online training program, right? So you can learn about business, you can learn about finances, you can learn about goal setting, you can learn about real estate investing, you can learn about church and ministry startups, you can learn about economics, you can learn about scheduling, you can learn about sales and marketing and tax strategies. You can learn all that with our blueprint game plan. This is a $1,500 program that we have right now. It's on demand. You get access to it for 1 year for $1,500, and we do have payment plan options for that. Or you could take our 1-year business coaching program. This is our signature program because guess what we do? In this program, we give you this for free. So you get this at no cost. We give you the blueprint game plan for free when you join our business coaching program. And guess what? You get 4 quarterly masterminds, 4 quarterly workshops. You get weekly coaching calls. You get an initial one-on-one coaching session. And guess what? It's a $5,000 program that we provide today a 24-month payment plan for. So you can literally start this program, get access to the blueprint, get 4 quarterly masterminds, 4 workshops, weekly coaching, and a one-on-one initial coaching session, not for $5,000, but we can divide that into 24 months and give you access to our online training program and to a 1-year business coaching program and put you in a business community where you're probably going to find partners and people to work with you. And those 24-month payment plans divided up, it will be $208.33. That's approximately how much money you would pay today to join that program. Now, let's say you have already purchased the blueprint. You're in our blueprint game plan. I'm willing to deduct a certain amount of what you've already paid. I'll reset your account, move you up to the coaching program, which means your payment may be $180, it may be $175, it may be $166, it may be $150, depending on how much you've already paid. But if you would like to move up to our coaching program from our blueprint game plan, I want to give you access to it, and I want to schedule your initial coaching session so that we can get you started, so you can start really increasing your income and winning now before you get into 2022. For all of you that are really serious about becoming professional coaches and consultants, professional trainers, professional speakers, and you know you do not have the training that gives you the confidence to be a professional in that space, we have a business certification program that we are in a pre-launch phase now, and we want to give you access to it so that we can start training you in this 4th quarter, because you'll come out of the gate making money just with the business certification program. We have a licensing program where you basically purchase the trademarks, the curriculum, the name, the materials, all the programs and all the services and all the products that we provide on Ramon Preston University that's under that banner of the RP brand. We have a licensing program so that you could be authorized to literally sell those $1,500 blueprints. Like I just talked to a few people and told them you can be a licensee. Let's just say if you were a licensee and you purchased a licensing program, which the truth is you're buying a business. You're buying a business. It's like buying a franchise. If you buy a Starbucks franchise, you don't have to sell Dunkin' Donut coffee. If you buy a McDonald's franchise, you don't have to sell Wingstop wings because you just bought a franchise that has a system, that has a process, that has products and services. They have a philosophy, they have a way of doing it. So when you purchase our licensee program, we not only train you like we train our business certification trainees, but we also give you authorization and access to use all of our material. Just with the blueprint alone, think about it. You could be a licensee and all you have to do is sell $1,500 blueprints. Let's just say you was like, you know what? I don't want to host no workshop. I don't want to host a mastermind. I don't want to coach nobody one-on-one. I don't want to have to market for 6 months and talk people into using me. All I want to do is be a licensee with Ramon Preston, and I just want to sell his online virtual blueprint that all we have to do is sell it, get people on it so that they can be trained and onboard them. Well, guess what? That's a $1,500 program. Just with that alone, you'll make all of your money back through our licensing program. So if you're interested in anything that I've just shared with you, if you're interested in the blueprint alone, you can get it for $1,500. Okay? The blueprint game plan, you can get it for $1,500. It's online training for 1 year on business and finance. You'll learn how to start your own holding company, how to start divisions, how to create subsidiaries. You'll learn how to set goals, how to schedule your days. You'll learn how to do real estate investing. You'll learn about financial literacy. You'll learn about accounting. You'll learn about QuickBooks. You'll learn about tax strategies. You're going to learn a whole lot in that blueprint game plan. Or you could get this for free when you join our 1 year business coaching program. We'll give you the blueprint game plan for free. This is a $5,000 program, but we're giving it to you for 24 payments, which means you're only paying $208. And that's if you are not on our blueprint game plan. Because if you're already a paid client in this program, we're going to deduct some of that amount that you paid to lower that 208. If you want to be a professional and learn how to coach and consult and train people the correct way, you really want to be a professional coach and consultant. And I keep telling y'all this, and y'all better start listening to me. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. All of you that are consultants, I breathe this, I eat this. So I want everybody to win in this space. All of you that are coaches, all of you that are trainers, all of you that are speakers. Like, I know I goof off and act a fool, but let me tell you something. I know how to speak. I know how to get on a stage and put a presentation together. I know how to get on a church stage and put a sermon together. I know how to get on a business stage and put a presentation together. I know how to get in front of 100,000 people or 2 people. I know how to do it live or in a Zoom. I know how to do it. And I thank God that He's given me not just the skill, but the gift and the anointing to pull that off like I have consistently for the last 21 years of my tenure. But guess what? I'm a trainer as well. I mean, I do have a doctorate degree sitting up there, bachelor's. I don't even know where my transcripts for my master's at, but I'm a self-learned individual, which means that all of these degrees, they came as a result of institutions recognizing my body of work. And because my body of work was up to certain academic standards, they allowed me to go through certain accelerated processes to receive real transcribed degrees to validate what I was willing to teach myself. So I know I'm a trainer. I have an entire university of ministry and marketplace training. I'm a coach as well. I mean, I don't even have to prove that I'm a coach. All I need to do is just pull up my database, what do we call it, our CRM, And we have coaching clients in our coaching program. So I don't have to prove it. I know I'm a coach, and I know the coaching that I do is some of the hardest coaching because I am a business and financial coach. So I'm not a life coach. I'm not like this, like abracadabra, bada bing, bada boom coach who just talking about theories and ideals. No, you ain't gonna be no business and financial coach if you don't know nothing about business and finance. And I have many coaching clients that have come through our company and many who are still in our company. And I don't think I've ever heard not one of them say, you know what, you a good life coach, Mr. Preston, but you're not a good business and financial coach. I know what I'm doing. And guess what? I'm a consultant as well. I'm a business and financial consultant. And the truth is, my core competency is actually in real estate and investments. I know how to do some real estate, residential and commercial, which most people who know residential know nothing about commercial. Now, why am I saying all this? To brag? To boast? Am I saying this to praise my own pawn? Or am I saying this to explain to you why I'm passionate about training consultants, coaches, trainers, and speakers? I want you to know what you're doing and have the confidence to do it. And the market is saturated. Like if you go into a networking event today, and maybe we need to do a test one day. Maybe we need to find a couple network events, and we need to take our cameras and we're going to go in there and see how many people say they're consultants and coaches or trainers and speakers. I guarantee 60% of the room that we walk into will say, oh, I'm a consultant. What are you a consultant in? Financial services. What they're really saying is they're network marketers, but they sell financial services, or they're with Primerica or something. I already know this because I've been around. I just act like I haven't or look like I haven't, but I know what I'm talking about. They say they're business consultants. They're really not business consultants. They just know it sounds better in public, so they're using the word business or as an adjective to attach to consulting. So when I talk to all of you that are in one of our programs, understand other people don't know a lot of this stuff. And they're not doing this stuff, and they have no idea how to do it. And here's another reason why I'm so passionate about this part here. Here's why. Because 90%, listen to me, y'all, 90, do the math. Do the math. 90, just Google this. Google this. 90% of consultants, coaches, trainers, and speakers make no money in their businesses. I know you didn't even know that. And if you knew it, you probably just don't believe it. No, it can't be true. Somebody lying. No, 9 out of 10 consultants and coaches and trainers and speakers make no money. They don't make any money. 90% of them. Have you noticed like people who are considered to be these, and they're always like at events and they're still speaking and they're on stages? You see how long they have to do it? They do it for like 40 years and they're still in their 60s and 70s and they still have to travel and bang out. People in ministry and business too. Because I know ministers who can't stop doing none of this. You know why? Because they never built real business systems. They never created enough success that was sustainable that they could actually pivot into running operations or organizations as opposed to having to do the job on a day-to-day basis. So for those of you that are in this space or want to be in this space and you want to do it the right way, we have a business certification program for you. We have a licensing program. Maybe you want to be trained as a professional, but maybe you just don't want to be left having to create your own material or to create your own curriculum. Or maybe you want to create your own, but you want to use what we have. Well, guess what? We have a certification program. That's a training program for consultants, coaches, trainers, and speakers. But then we have a licensing program. And this licensing program has a white label addition to it. So what that means is, if you want to use your own name and your own brand, but you just want to take everything that we have and repackage it, well, guess what? We have white label licensing for you, so that you don't even have to reinvent the wheel. You ain't even got to go buy a wheel. All you got to do is just upload it from our university and use it, and just put your picture, your name, your trademark, your logo, and call it what you want to call it, but you don't have to create it. So we have these two. If you're interested in that, or if you know you're ready for it and you want to get started so we can use this last quarter to start training you and to start getting you to make money, text the word certify. Text the word certify to the number you see in the comments or in the description. If you want to be a part of our coaching program, you could just text either one of those words, coaching or certify, to 404-478-7213. Text either one of those words and we're going to lock you in. We're going to set you up. You can also go to our website, RamonPreston.com, and you'll see a link to our certification, our licensing, and our coaching program. If you're already a member of Ramon Preston University, just go to our university platform and you will actually see those landing pages for licensing, certification, coaching, and blueprint. Those are our 4 premier programs that we have available. I hope you got some value out of it today. I went over. It's 1:20 and I'm still grinding over here because I'm excited. And I'm ready to see you win, and I want you to win today. So don't hesitate and wait and, I got to pray about it, think about it. You're still losing when you do it. We want to increase. We don't want to keep decreasing, and we definitely don't want to stay the same. So text coaching or certify to 404-478-7213. Love you. Have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow right here, same place, same time. The Ramon Preston